Hi, I'm Philip. On this channel, I like to talk about stuff that I like, such as comic book and TV shows. Today's episode, we'll be talking about my top 10 favorite characters in one of my favorite TV shows, Dexter. Let's get started. So basically, my first two honorable mentions are just somewhere in my top 20. For my first honorable mention, I have Miguel Prado, funny character, carried season 3. Well, I won't say carried, but there's anything special going on for season 3 other than Miguel and his relationship with Dexter was great. Miguel's a funny character. For my second honorable mention, I have Brian Moser. I know, a bit of a hot take. Me personally, I think Brian is a very overrated character, but he's still a great character. He could go back and forth with my number 10, and it's also a pretty hot take for my number 10. But Brian, great character, great dynamic with Dexter, and it's a great introduction to the show. Season 1 of Dexter was great, and putting him as the villain for season 1 was amazing, in my opinion. And the twist with them being brothers, too, was amazing, too. So for number 10, like I said, very hot and controversial take. Number 10 could definitely switch a little bit, but for right now, I have Master Cody. Cody is just a lovable young kid. I love Cody. He always stuck up for Dexter. He really didn't have any problem with Dexter throughout the entire show whenever he was there. Unlike Aster kind of hated Dexter in season 4 before Rita. But Cody, he loved Dexter. He loved him in season 2, even after whenever Rita and him were splitting up. Cody still loved Dexter, and Cody's a lovable kid. It broke my heart whenever he was talking to Dexter, saying that he didn't want to leave Dexter after Rita died in season 5. For my number 9 spot, I have Lundy. I thought Lundy was a great character in season 2 and 4. I loved him going against Dokes. Dokes and Lundy never really got along, but Lundy, he's a great character. I thought he was great in season 4 with the little time that he had. Even whenever Lundy was about to die, the way that he looked past Deb, seeing how there was somebody there and then he died, I thought, my mind was shocked. I love Lundy. I really wish he was able to stay longer, but he didn't. His time was cut short. For these next two, number 8 and 7, they could go either way. They could switch up every now and then too. But there is a person for number 7, and there's one for number 8. So from my number 8, I have Deborah Morgan. Some people will agree and some people won't. I know a lot of people don't like Deborah. I don't mind her. She's a fine character. And a lot of people do like Deborah a lot. She was really good in the first couple of seasons, but then after finding out her brother was a serial killer, she started to hate Dexter, which, you can't really blame her with her finding out that her brother was a serial killer. I thought it was really weird how she was in love with Dexter. I don't know why the writers would put that in. But even after all the drama they had with each other, Deborah was able to make up with Dexter, and then her time was cut short. For my 7th place, I have Brother Sam. I love Brother Sam. He's a great character. He was only in, 6 episodes of the entire show, and he left an entire impact on that show. If Brother Sam and Rita, this is what I think. If I think Brother Sam and Rita were both trying to influence Dexter, at the same time, I truly do think that Dexter could have changed. Brother Sam, he was a great character. Even as he was dying on his deathbed, he was still able to forgive. I forgot the guy's name. I think it was Nicholas, but he was still able to forgive the kid for shooting him. And I really wish he was able to stay for a little bit longer, but that didn't happen. And then for my 6th place, I have Batista. Batista was a great character throughout the entire show. I loved him in every season. And then just watching him die in Resurrection hurt me. He loved Dexter since when he first met him. He took him under his wing, and then they were like what best friends for many years. And then he was sad after he thought Dexter died, just for him to hate him a couple years later as he was dying, to say fuck you to Dexter. Angel was a great character. I love him. There's like really no flaws about him other than him being like a shitty detective. For my 5th place, I have Vince Masuka. Masuka wasn't a big character in the first season, but as the season went on, he started getting a lot more screen time. I mean, I just love Masuka. He's such a funny, lovable character. I hope we get to see him again in Resurrection, but I really hope he doesn't die. I don't think he would die, but I really hope they don't risk it. I love Masuka. He's a funny character. I loved him in season 4 when he showed up to Rita's house for Thanksgiving in that monster truck. The way that he has a tattoo on his back. I love his laugh. He's just a lovable, funny character that you can't hate. In 4th place, I have Rita. I love Rita. Like I said before, I truly do believe if Rita and Brother Sam were alive at the same time, that they would have been able to change Dexter permanently. Rita was such a great, lovable character. As the season went on and Dexter was focusing on the killer he was hunting, I would always find myself entertained for the plot with Rita. I wish they didn't break up in season 2. In my opinion, season 2 is my personal favorite season of the show. And really the only thing bad about it in my eyes was Lila. But they needed Lila for Dokes, which I hate. But Rita, amazing character. Easily Dexter's best love interest. And after she died, the show kind of changed. My top 3 characters. My 3rd favorite character is Quinn. Quinn is an amazing side character in the show. I didn't like him at first in season 3 when he was first introduced, but as the season went on, I started to enjoy his character a lot more. He started, I wouldn't say carry, but after Rita died and the show turned, I thought Quinn was a great character. Really stuck out to me during the last couple of seasons. I loved his cameo in Resurrection, and I really do hope we get to see more of his character. I enjoyed at the beginning of season 5 how Quinn was like somewhat on to Dexter, but then later stopped because of La Huerta. And I really wish Quinn and Deborah were able to be in a relationship, but Deborah didn't want to. Quinn's a great character, and I really do hope we do see more of him. My 2nd favorite character is James Dokes. I know a lot of people prefer the rivalry between Dexter and Trinity and Dexter and Brian, but in my opinion, I think Dexter and Dokes is probably my favorite dynamic in the show. Like I said, season 2 is my favorite season in Dexter. I remember when I was first watching it, my mind was blown how Dexter was already on the run, and it was only 2 seasons in. Dokes in the first season, just a funny guy that was on the Dexter, and in the second season, he was on a generational run, going across the world, getting chased by Miami Metro. I remember whenever I was first watching Dexter, when he said "surprise motherfucker," I remember hearing that on the internet a couple years ago when that was popular, and then whenever in Dexter Resurrection, when Dokes came back for the cameo, he said it again, and if I'm being honest, I was shitting bricks. I love that scene so much. I love Dokes so much. He's one of my favorite characters in almost all of TV. I really wish he was able to stay around longer, but I understand, and I see why they need to cut his character short. And for Dokes, honestly, if you take out all of Dexter's villains, I truly do think Dokes is probably the best villain Dexter had. And if he was in the show for a lot longer, he probably would have maybe like the face of Dexter, or the second, like the face of Dexter villains. Doak was just such a great character, and there's so much wasted potential. Obviously, my number one, Dexter. He was such a real character whenever I first started watching the show. I love the show so much, Dexter, but it's probably one of the most milked shows of all time. Dexter is one of my favorite protagonists in all of TV, maybe like top 3 or top 4. But I really do hope that he finally gets a good conclusion. I don't know, maybe like putting him up against the electric chair and then seeing like all the people that died because of Dexter, like staring at him. I love Michael C. Hall's performance as Dexter. I know a lot of people don't like Dexter as a protagonist because they don't think the show is that good. I really hope you guys enjoyed my ranking for my top 10 Dexter characters, and I want to do a lot more rankings for my other favorite TV shows. Next video, I will do my personal favorite TV show for my top 10 characters called Lost. And if you enjoy TV and comic books and stuff like that, please hit the subscribe button. I will see you guys later. Bye.